morning, everyone. The President of the function, Dr. Kamala garu, Principal of the Government Begumpet Degree College, Autonomous, one of the prestigious colleges in Telangana, and you have been doing wonderful things for the benefit of the students. And we have a scholar, a former Vice Chancellor, National Educational Institutions, Professor Janjala Tilak garu, and my Guru, my well-wisher, and former Vice Chancellor of Usmania University, and presently Chancellor of Tripura, Professor Dr.K.Kamala garu, and Dr. Kamala, the seminar director, and all the distinguished colleagues, friends, and dear students. I feel it is a great honor for me to associate with all of you in this important occasion. When I see this Begumpet Women's College, I feel it is like a great university in Telangana. And I have seen the diversity of students in the higher education institutions. But one of the best institutions which is having a diversity in degree colleges, number one is Begumpet Women's College. You will be surprised to know that as a Kannada Dost, I have seen 33 district students representing in this college. Really it is great multidisciplinary and multi-diversity. Another important thing, the teachers, when I see the great committed, intellectual and enthusiastic teachers working in this Begumpet University, I feel really proud to associate with you whenever I get an opportunity. And what can I do? I will do for that with the limited resources. And I also mentioned that Dr. Padmavati also very committed and a highly innovative administrator who can take a number of initiatives to strengthen the institutions and benefit the students. So I have an opportunity to work with her when she was also the Deputy Director of Tribal Welfare Residential Institutions. I really felt very happy and I congratulated her to taking that job to cater the needs of the downtrodden as a Deputy Director of a true academician. Coming to this seminar, Dr. Kamala has initiated that new dimensions in higher education in the post-COVID-19, a global perspective. It is also a need of the hour for all of us to discuss for development of the teaching learning methods in educational institutions. The post-COVID, COVID has become a landmark in the human history. When we were the students, we see the history that is the ancient history, modern history, European history, like that. Now we have to make a mark that the post-COVID or the pre-COVID. That is also become a milestone in the journey of education is concerned. So in that context, I feel it is a right time to discuss and debate about what are the new dimensions in higher education in the COVID, post-COVID and global perspective. We have three things I want to mention here. One is the new dimensions of this COVID. The COVID-19 represents an immediate crisis of higher education, creating challenges for enrolled students and traditional institutions. And its impact on our society has been changing of devastating and unfair. Many are forced to change their jobs while may have to lose their jobs. So many crises we have seen. For that matter, we have lost their lives. Thousands of people died in this COVID-19. This is the time to us how to transform ourselves to protect the human beings and protect the learning loss of our students as a educational institutions, as a teachers. According to the UNO, higher education institutions were closed completely in 185 countries in April 2020 and affecting more than 1,000 million students across the globe. That was the effect of the no time this much of institutions were closed totally across the globe. That was the impact of the COVID-19 is concerned. And it has forced everyone to change our lifestyle, change our teaching, learning methods. Immediately we have shifted from face-to-face learning to online learning. The students also shifted from coming into the physical classes. They have tried to learn on their own pace by telephone, by computer, or some TVs and so many other channels. But we are all aware that it needs a lot of infrastructure support. It needs internet, it needs cable, it needs privacy, so many things which the society is not up to the mark. Where the rural area, where the internet facilities is not available, where the families have a limited rooms, the entire family will live in one or two rooms. This type of things, even for that matter, in the country, some villages still not having electricity facility. So keeping this aspect into our consideration, we have to think what is the fate of this type of society in the online system is concerned. So to overcome that, the government of India, government of Telangana have taken number of initiatives to reach the students in various means and modes, but still it was a problem for it. The second point I would like to mention here is that the higher education in India is, after independence, steadily going progress. At the time, we may have the 20 universities, a limited number of colleges, etc. But now, we have 1,043 universities, 42,343 colleges, and 11,779 standalone institutions and 396 private universities. This is a huge number of institutions. What it indicates that over a period of time, the accessibility has improved in India, in Telangana also. To get an education, what we need is accessibility, affordability, and quality are very, very essential. So keeping these aspects, the accessibility in number of education institutions are more to provide education to the age group of 18 to 23. So that's why the number has increased. In Telangana also, we can say that access for the students is number 2 in the country. We have per lakh population one college, it is number 2 in the country because we have 1,080 degree colleges in Telangana and 4 lakhs above intake is available for students. But we admit every year 2 lakhs 25 to 2 lakhs 50,000 only. Still we have vacant of 1 lakh 50,000 seats for the students facility is concerned. So this is the access is concerned. Another major concern of the government is that they provide the scholarships, they provide the hostels, they provide the fees reimbursement, which also gives the access to the students, economically those who are suffering, that facility will enable them to enroll into the higher education institutions. So the access affordability is as we achieve to some extent. And Telangana government also taken another important initiative, that education for the girls. Education for the girls is the policy and the plan and method and way of education of Telangana is providing residential institutions providing girls child education. If from the school to degree to PG, we have 1,000 residential schools in Telangana, particularly for girls. And higher education is concerned, we have 53 residential degree colleges only, out of 53, 46 are for girls. This what it is indicates is, witnessing is that in higher education, Telangana enrollment is 65% is girls. Because of this government policy, the girls have enrolled in higher education institutions. In particularly in Usmania University, more than 65, 70% are girls enrolled. That's why our Vice Chancellor is taking initiative that converting the boys hostel into the girls. Now I have already taken initiative and 500 accommodated boys hostel recently converted and inaugurated for the benefit of the girls students. So this is the numbers indicating. In number wise, boys are 6,600, girls are 10,660. That is the number in PG enrollment results. So the enrollment policy of the government for providing accessible and providing affordable measures for the marginalized sections, for the women, for enrollment of higher education. So like that we have this, what the initiatives we have done, we are all witness, particularly the Begumpet Women's College is number 1 in exercising of a bucket system. We have a multidisciplinary approach. A student have access to getting more number of options on their choice. Choice is given more for the students. Now I invite Sri Navin Mittal Garu, our Honorable Commissioner, College of Education, to the dais. On behalf of me and on behalf of all of us, once again I invite Sri Navin Mittal Garu, a dynamic, committed, innovative administrator and who is instrumental for making number of reforms in higher education, particularly in the degree colleges of concerned. Welcome you, sir. Definitely his presence makes a lot of difference and it's help us to understand more ideas about the education reforms, education systems. So the Telangana is making a number of initiatives like a bucket system and other things. So now I want to focus only on 3 issues. One is, what are the things, what are the challenges we have? The challenges we have, the whole education system, higher learning institutions is moving towards the flexibility of education. The flexibility in terms of courses, the flexibility in terms of admissions, the flexibility in terms of incoming and outgoing, flexibility. So the flexibility has become a pathway in higher learning institutions. The challenge of our institutions, higher education institutions, the universities and degree colleges, how best we can make, how best we can shape our institutions to meet the demands of our students in implementing a flexible model of education system. That may be a multidisciplinary approach, that may be an interdisciplinary approach, in terms it may be a student-friendly approach where student will become a knowledgeable, where student will become employed. That is the challenge for all of us, and we have made an humble beginning in terms of providing a flexibility system in courses, flexibility system in terms of examinations, Still we have to improve a lot in terms of meeting the true spirit of the flexibility for the benefit of the students are concerned. And what is happening after post-COVID is the ODL system has become one of the important open distance learning. The open distance learning resources as becoming one of the important aspects that we have to shift to the online system. We cannot teach entire 6 papers or 5 papers, whatever the curriculum decided into the classrooms. Some papers maybe student can take online class or through MOOCs or through other universities or other colleges, so that will become easy for us to get the whatever the choice student want to learn. A student want to learn a Sanskrit from different college where the present college is not, we will permit them to learn a Sanskrit in a different colleges. If there no college is offering in Telangana, we can permit them to learn from MOOCs or Swayam or sometimes in other institutions where they can offer the online courses. That may be a computers, that may be a mathematics, that may be a language, that may be a foreign language, whatever. That type of things are required in this present college. And for that we may need so many infrastructure facilities and other things are there. The second important challenge is now we have achieved a massification of higher education. More number of students admitting into the institutions. Thousands of students. The Begumpet Women's College, more than 3,000 students enrolling in this college. In entire Telangana, 2.5 lakh students admitted into the degree courses in first year. But what about the quality of the outcome? How the students are becoming knowledgeable? How the students are becoming employed? This is a challenge for the educational institutions. Most of the students are not becoming employable. There are so many services. And another important dimension I want to mention that we are trying to make our students become employable. Not only employable, how best we will make them to entrepreneurs. How best we can make them to employers. What are the opportunities they have? What type of skills we have to provide them to become employers in this society. Everybody cannot get employed. So how best we can make them to become a great entrepreneurs. And another important challenge is most of the public institution students are, their mindset is preparing or depending only for the government jobs. The governments, even though they completed PhD, PGs in a different subject, even for that matter engineering, they want only a government job. That may be a constable or a village secretary or any 4th class employee to the group 1 or civil services. So what I am trying to focus here is, you have to change the mindsets of the students. The change is a constant. The globe, employment globe has changed. So you have an opportunity to enter anywhere in the world if you have a skill, if you have a confidence, if you have a communication skills. So why don't you try to get a better opportunities? And keeping and depending only on persuasion of the public employment, the students becoming totally unemployable and staying their villages. And particularly girls, it is a high time for all of us, because the girls enrollment ratio is very high, more than 65%. So we have to make them to become more confident, more employable, and more make them to mingle with each other. Now, because it is the time for all of us to sensitize the students to become that type of thing. So in this context, how do we transform ourselves and how we transform or reform our teaching learning method to meet the global demand and meet the government's expectations also. What the government of India expects, what UGC time and again providing regulations to all of us, and what the Telangana's government, commissioner, council and secretary, so many people will regulate and providing so many opportunities for all of us. So it is a time for all of us to learn and learn more and make these few words. I once again congratulate you for taking a great initiative, conducting the seminar on the important topic like a new dimension in higher education of COVID, post-COVID-19 and global perspective. And I wish you all the best for this 2-day seminar. Thank you very much.